Welcome to your astrological progressed chart report. This is the Peace Dealer, and I hope you gain the utmost of quality from this report. Elements of Sir Oreo are coming out, but I'm going through a weird metamorphosis period. As you can see, please don't mind the fluctuation in my accent. It's plural. I have your progressed natal chart in green and your actual natal chart in regular black color. If there was such a thing as regular black, because black is really just black. And concerning that, oh, nice! This is lit! This is lit! Okay, we see that born October, you are Libra Sun and an Aquarius Moon as a Cancer rising, giving you the vibration of cosmic justice for all. Actually, you're also an alien, which is so amazing. You're a Saturn vessel alien like myself. Only in Aquarius, which is the higher level after Capricorn. So props to you, mad props. And we see that you have progressed into cosmic wisdom. This, I have chills right now. Like, this is so badass. Because you are not only getting ready to finish your Scorpio transit, but you're also getting ready to progress into Sagittarius. So one of the most important progressions you can make is from Sagittarius to Capricorn, from Virgo to Libra, and also from Scorpio to Sagittarius. Because Scorpio is the baby god, okay? Like Leo, they're demigods. And so once you progress out of Scorpio into Sagittarius, you now come into Ascension and you begin your God conscious chapter. Like all you Libras and Scorpios that are progressing there is so amazing. So whenever I do progressions for Libra suns, I love doing it because the progression of Libra sun tells a very important story. And before I go into that, whenever we look at progressions, we want to look at the progressed lunar cycle of the progressed chart. For example, I just finished my progressed aqua. Whenever you're one indicator of like twin soul connections or soul mates is if your soul is progressing with someone else's. So for example, your progressed moon is 26 degrees and I just finished aqua. My progressed moon is 0 degrees Pisces. So that means your soul and my soul, we're actually traveling along. Like we're 4 degrees away. We can telepathically talk with each other. This works with suns too. Like if your progressed sun is the same as someone, you're spirit travelers. Okay, so this is definitely soulmate indicator, which you can also apply to anyone else that you know with this. So from experience, I'm going to be able to guide you well along because you can tell the nature of a progressed journey through the progressed moon. The progressed moon sign is easily the most important aspect in all of astrology concerning timing and concerning actual relevance. And let me give you an example. The progressed, I used to think this was junk astrology. I used to think this was pseudoscience. I was like, what the hell? Because like every year that you grow, your progressed chart moves a day. So you were born October 17th. And now that you are coming up closer to 30 years, your progressed chart is November 14th. So you've gone from October 17th to November 14th. Every year you grow, your progressed sun moves a degree because every day the sun moves a degree. Every day the moon moves through a zodiac sign every 2.5 days. So your progressed moon moves a sign every 2.5 years. So I used to think this was bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I used to think this was like junk. Until when I found out how accurate this was, I was like, what? So like in astrology, um, your your ninth house is higher education, it's college education. So Saturn's in my ninth, and it's delayed my higher education and my relationship with my father. So once my progressed moon hit my Placidus ninth house cusp to the degree, I went back to school. And this is after I dropped out. So I went back to school. And now that my progressed moon is out of Aquarius, which is my ninth house, and which is my 10th house, and now that it's going into Pisces, I'm graduating. But it's not so much that it's leaving my 10th. The moment that my moon exited my 10th house, I'm graduating. So that's how on point, like you can get details specifically if you look at the transits based on your progress chart, and you can tell the nature of your life based on your progressed lunar cycle and the sign that it's in. For example, I'm a progressed Cancer sun. See, as air signs, we progress into water. And water, Cancer, I don't know how you do it. Cancers, I don't know how you do it. Cancer got me fucked up because I'm progressing through Cancer, and now I have to wade through all this water psychic warfare, and I have to feel shade from all sorts of people. Like, you didn't say anything, but I know what you felt because I feel it because I'm a Cancer right now, and you're going to try and gaslight me. And it's like, Cancer, how do you deal with people gaslighting you and being so fake? And I can only imagine what you're going through, Melissa, because you're progressing to Scorpio. So it's even more intense. And we're going to get into that because this is deep. This is literally deep. But like, I don't know how you do it, Cancer. I don't know how you do it, Cancer. I don't know how you do it. This is crazy. And then also, Pluto's been going through Cap, so like it's just not the best time to be a water sign. But outside of that, progressions out of air into water, sun sign base, illustrate the intellect. Shout out to Monica. The intellect that you develop in air, progressing into psychic ability and psychology, so that you can take your mastery. You and I were both born masters. You and I were both born with suns past 20 degrees, so that we start to learn the next sign at young age. By 10, you're in water. You're in the next sign. So the first nature of this is to appropriately. There's a lot to unpack with this progress chart. This is lit. This is so important because as a Pluto Scorpio, you're getting ready to awaken the Kundalini power that is going to allow you to service others in this ability, whether that's through sex work or whether that's through creative work, through music that, triggers this sexually in others. And sexually doesn't have to be lustful sexuality. It could just be like it could be the sexuality that one has playing a guitar, like converting their sexual energy into something super creative. So we have air going into water. And then, for example, when my progressed moon, because as a progressed Cancer, right, my progressed moon was in Sagittarius, and like I was going out all the time. I still didn't really know who I was yet. I was still finding myself. I was still coming into myself. So and when I was saying I was going out all the time, I was busting moves with the homies. Like I was just going out. Like I was having fun, kinda. It was still a little bit meaningless because I'm more of an introvert, but like it was interesting. As soon as that went into Capricorn and it simulated my full moon cycle, boom, I'm booked with readings. And I'm talking about as soon as it went into Capricorn, booked with readings, overbooked. I made more money than I've ever made in my life. And I broke through. I was able to take this career full time because that was my full moon transit. And the full moon transit is now where you complete the progressed new moon transit is where you spark newness. And the progressed full moon transit is where you come into completion. Okay? It's where you're going to come into success And the level of success you get is the best it'll be. And everything the next 10 years builds off on that success. And then the next cycle clears it before the new moon progressed again. So once that went into Aquarius, I stopped being as booked. I raised my prices so I wouldn't have to do as much readings. And I went back to school so I could focus more on school. And now it's in Pisces. So, I mean, my whole life is getting ready to change. It's just different for you because you're Scorpio rising sun. You're progressed Scorpio sun. So you're at the tail end of Aquarius. And this is putting you as a 22-degree. You just finished the first quarter square of this transit. But this is weird because the first quarter square is supposed to come before the full moon. And so the way you were born is that you had the full moon before the new moon, if that makes sense. So let's go back in time here because it looks like after you were born, okay, if we go back to like 2009, your sun in Libra, right? Exactly. There we go. So 2009, the moon was 11 degrees Libra and your sun was 11 degrees Scorpio. So you had the full moon in Taurus. You had the full moon in Aries, I think. You might have had it in Aries. Let's make sure. I want to make sure you had the full moon in Taurus or Aries because this is very significant. Let's go back to 2000. See the sun. Oh, okay. You had the full moon in Aries. You had the full moon in Aries. So when you were born, you were born with an opening trine, and then you had the full moon in Aries, which means the cycle you were in was proper then. You had the new moon first, and then the full moon. I take that back. So you had the full moon in Aries. You completed Aries, and then coming into 2011. You had your new moon in Scorpio. Yep. New moon in Scorpio cycle 2011. So think about where you were 2011 because that's when you started this cycle. Now, that's so interesting. Now, in 2020, you're having the first quarter square with the moon in Aqua. Okay. And after, let's see, 22 degrees, which means in 7 years, you're going to progress in 8 years, you're going to progress into Sagittarius. So let's say 2026. 2026, the moon will be full in Taurus. Look at that. 28. Yep. So you're going to have a 29-degree full moon, which means it's super strong. To have a full moon at like the end degrees, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mark this date down. August 3rd, 2027. Okay. You have 29-degree progressed Taurus opposite 29-degree. So I don't know who you are, but you're clearly a big deal. You're clearly an alien, by the way. You're not from this world. You're clearly out of this world. So that's also an honor that I get to break this down for you. But yeah, let's just keeping it real. Just keeps in it real here. Okay. You bad to the bone. I'm just joking. You're very skilled though, and this is seeing stuff like this is oh my God. Seeing stuff like this is no coincidence at all, and it's highly significant. And so let's break this down. So based on your Libra sun, we know that you had the full moon, you had the third quarter square. Well, no. See, what's supposed to happen is you have the new moon, you have the first quarter square, you have the full moon, and then you have the third quarter square. Then you have the new moon again. What's happening for you is you're having the full moon, and then you step into the third quarter square, of the next sign, and then you have the new moon, and then you have the first quarter square, then you have the full moon, and then you have the third quarter square of the next sign. So that means you had the full moon in Aries, and then you had the third quarter square of moon in Leo and sun in Scorpio. Then you had new moon in Scorpio, and now you have the first quarter square in Aqua. So the purpose of adjusting your direction in Libra to adjust your character, of course, with the full moon in Aries, completed your Libra chapter by expressing the raw original nature of your character balanced with the polished nature. Then we stepped into the third quarter square in Leo, okay, which now develops your wisdom with the courage necessary to express this out into the world. Third quarter squares are supposed to happen before the new moon, but you had this before your new moon. Sorry, it's supposed to happen before the new moon in another sign, but you had the third quarter square, or I'm sorry, third quarter squares are supposed to happen after the new moon, but you had it before, which is not bad at all. It's actually very powerful. So this is what started the new moon in Scorpio, okay? And now that you've established new wisdom and you stepped into this new chapter, the first quarter square in Aquarius is based on this new wisdom that you're growing. What is the hidden knowledge that you have revealed that's going to have you change your wisdom? Or that, because you're going to reveal this hidden knowledge in Aquarius, then the progressed moon is going to move into Pisces in another 3 months, and you're going to change based off of the hidden knowledge revealed. So it's like wisdom is drinking water slowly, and then you have hidden knowledge about the benefits of drinking water slowly that now changes the way you drink water slowly because you have more knowledge. And that was just a horrible example, but this is so very important because moving forward now, the next full moon for you is going to be that 29-degree Taurus. So your progressed 29-degree Taurus opposite progressed 29-degree. Holy crap! Hold on, by the way. You have to be an alien because like to progress that perfectly, like astrology is no joke. So like in order, like and this is important because your moon's in Aquarius, your Saturn's in Aquarius. So that means you're a celestial cosmic Libra agent who incarnated into this lifetime with such soul knowledge that you time, and Saturn's all about timing. You timed your birth like such a gangster that you set up 2027 for your sun to be mastered in Scorpio while your moon is mastered in Taurus. If you knew the astronomical odds of how impossible that is, that would be crazy until we remember you're a cosmic space lord alien queen. And so as a cosmic artist, it makes sense how you have timing on fleek like this. Okay, this is where we now make sense of the supernatural timing that we see it in place. And this is going to complete your Scorpio chapter with the value and common sense, practical wisdom to match the wisdom that you've enacted. This is now going to lead into the God-conscious evolution stage in Sagittarius, and you're going to have the first quarter square in Virgo where relevant facts need to be presented to change your vision. Because progressions into mutable signs adjust your focus. With the first quarter square to adjust your vision, the new moon to bring in a new vision, the third quarter square to adjust your psychic senses, and then the full moon in truth when it's in Gemini. So let me bring this back to 2020. Now that we've seen the fate and destiny of your progressions, this is where we talk about the significance of Libra. The reason why Libra progressions into Scorpio are so important is because Libra sun carries the karma of Lucifer. And we know, based off of mythological legend, Lucifer, okay, this is so very important, because Lucifer was the perfect created being by God. And if we think of God as Leo, Leo was the perfect being Virgo, polished into Libra, right? Give or take. And that's speculation. But we know that Lucifer was the perfect being who held the glory of God, right? Lucifer led a rebellion with 1/3 of the angels and fell after Michael washed that ass into the second heaven. Okay? And so we know that Lucifer is the prince of the power of the air. Okay. What do we know about air signs? They're angelic. What do we know about air signs? There's 3. And so Lucifer led 1/3 of the angels. 1/3 of the angels is 1/3 of the 3 air signs. And Lucifer fell into the second heaven. So what do we know about the 3 air signs? There are 3 heavens. Gemini is the first heaven. Okay. Libra is the gateway to the gods, the second heaven. And Aquarius is the 3rd heaven. The highest heavens with Pisces is like the divine beyond space. If you've seen Marvel, Pisces are beyonders. So I don't even know why I said that, but it's going to be relevant to you with your moon going into Pisces. So this is why this is important. We know that according to Christian myth, Lucifer is destined to be judged in hell. But hell was a literary device invented by popes and scholars back near the Renaissance era, if not before, or maybe even Babylonian era, to scare people into believing in the religion. The original manuscript of the Bible never really spoke of hell as an actual place of suffering. This was added on later. Okay, this is very, very important. Hell was really more of a mind state. Astrology maps out the legacy and story of Lucifer more accurately. The sun is in its fall in Libra. Let's take the most amazing Libras that we've ever heard of. They experience success at a peak that cannot be attained, and shortly after, fall from grace. And then they have to go through a period of fall where they overcome their struggles and rise again. Best example of this is Eminem. Okay? And so this is evidenced by the Libra progression. Because Libra is ruled by Venus, the morning star, the prince. Okay? Prince is ruler. So the ruler of the power of air is Venus. Why do we know that? You have the magic of air, which is Gemini. You have the knowledge fixed of air, which is Aquarius. And then you have the cardinal power of air, which is Libra. I always make this joke all the time. Libras are evil. Libras are evil. And then Aquarius is evil genius. But there's truth in that. And that's not to say that evil is bad or anything. And that's not to say that y'all are really evil. So you don't want to think that Libra sons are Lucifer, even though y'all are connected to this angelic being. Okay. It's more accurate to say that Libra sons facilitate the fallen angel process. And you work directly with fallen angels so that you can spiritually help them ascend. Why? This is the most important part about the Libra ascension, especially if you're a Virgo progressing to Libra. The fallen state of the sun, because it's exalted in Aries, all right, in dignity in Christ Leo, exalted in the raw expression of Aries, is at its fall in Libra. And it progresses through Scorpio to gain purity. And once it gains purity, it ascends back into heaven through Sagittarius. And so astrology dictates the fact that Lucifer, who once fell, gains purity and ascends back into heaven's graces. Instead of this fake narrative that he's some evil being that's salty and wants to just ruin all of humankind and will be damned to hell forever. That's a lie. Okay. Now there is a deceptive quality to Venus, And given the distortion of the nature of humanity right now, we're seeing the negative parts with corruption, injustice, and vanity and beauty and all that. And in that case, you could say the devil really runs the world because Venus makes a 5-point star and pentagram every 7 years. Okay. Now this doesn't make Venus bad or evil. These are more postmodern. These are more ancient terms created by human beings in order to kind of subjectively express their meaning. So this is so important, my friend, because you are progressed on your Pluto. And being that you're Pluto in Scorpio, progressions over planets in your chart, it's kind of like a video game where in Mario, you click the box and then you get the mushroom. Well, the mushroom is the planet. So you went over Mars, you inherited the power of Mars. You went over Mercury and Scorpio, you inherited the power to, inquisitively, psychologically process information. Woo! And this is so lit. This is gangster, yo. You have now become a Pluto power alien. And Pluto power aliens are Kundalini aliens. This is the sexiest part of Libras who progress into sexy Scorpio. This now gives you a transformation quality and ability. I will never progress to Scorpio unless I live up to hundreds of years. But I do have Jupiter in Cancer. So as a sun in Gemini, I've now reached a place where I progressed over my Jupiter, and Jupiter now allows me an evolution state. You have Pluto. And so the fact that Mars has progressed onto Pluto is not a coincidence. This is just more testament to your glorious timing. And the intensity of creative talent and focus that goes into the depth of your core that induces transformation, you have effectively reached, harnessed, and this is literally like a Sailor Moon transformation state. You can literally become like Sailor Pluto. And the reason why this is so important is because Sun conjunct Pluto is an awakener. Plutonian energy harnesses very deep feelings and emotions within people that's really hard to deal with. And this is what can get people to hate you or be obsessed with you. It's irrational. So you don't really want, this is what lends to the field and credence of psychology, because this is highly and deeply psychological. And this makes you aware of people's psychological states as far as it pertains to the inner child as well. Okay, so keep that in mind, because Mars that has made it to Pluto and your sun is this nuclear sense of strength and power with which you can literally kill anyone at will. And let me not say this in a murder way, because it's not like you have the Scorpio singer and the Mars could be the knife that you just plunge like, oops. But this is really more so vibrational. Like, giving your Saturnian strength already, your willingness to now harness this is the extreme of extreme depth with Mars here on Pluto, which means that you have the ability to awaken people's kundalinis, especially through sex. If someone was to have sex with you, their kundalini would awaken. But in the 5th house and the 4th house, this is going to represent creativity. You can create music, you can create experiences that facilitate this, or even outside Kundalini awakenings, awaken people at a deep level to really resolve deep-seated emotional trauma. And the deepest significance of this is, once again, the first quarter square that this is making to your moon in Aqua. First of all, your moon has returned. And whenever you have a lunar progressed return for the first time, which denotes that you're coming into 30, because this happens to everyone every 29 years, you are now returning the wisdom of your soul. Your soul has made it around the zodiac, and in Aquarius has gained so much knowledge that you feel more like yourself as you truly are. And then it went over Saturn again. So your sun is on Pluto on Mars, and your moon is on Saturn. You're a gangster. You're a gangster alien queen. And you be G-checking celestial beings like, this is my planet, so if you're going to invade, you got to talk to me first. You got don't let me catch you invading in China and you didn't check in with me. You see, I don't know if you followed the whole 6ix9ine beef, But 6'9" is a master Taurus that said, I'm not checking in anywhere. Like, I don't care if you're a gang member. Like, if I go to California, I'm not checking in with you. Aliens have to check in with you, Melissa. An alien can't just, I'm not, and I swear to God, I'm not joking. This is not a joke. Like, this is real. Like, aliens can't just come and invade a country. They need to check in with you first. Okay. And the Celestial Association on Earth, the CAE, the Celestial Association of Aliens on Earth. It's a real thing. And so you might even be the head committee captain chair of it. So this is so important because this also denotes not only your deepest purification, because your progressed rising is in Leo, and so you've attained queen status. You're now Queen Melissa. Your sun is in Queen Scorpio, and your moon is in King Queen Aquarius. So you're a true queen right now. You're a true cosmic. You're representing cosmic wisdom royally as a Leo rising, and the Chiron aspect that you've progressed past is allowing you deeper courage to express this in your persona. So all this fourth house Scorpio energy is a deep purification that allows you to see this part in other people. And now we have to talk about the progression into the next sign. When you progress into the next sign, you're developing your self-esteem, your ability to make money, and your confidence. When you progress into the third sign, you're developing your awareness. That's why I can't wait until I progress in a Leo. I'm tired of this Cancer progression. I keep on feeling all this shade from people, and I just want to be progressed Leo so I can be like Kanye and be like, I told you who I thought I was, a god. Thank you. This is really going to be for you because once you progress into Sagittarius 8 years from now, you're going to, I got you forever. You're going to become a creator goddess. And that's the dopest thing. Okay, in my opinion, the most important progression, other than Sag to Cap, because that denotes graduation of being God. Literally, like Sagittarius Sun is being God. I really don't care what anyone thinks. Like this is so very important. The importance of becoming Sagittarius now shows you how to see into infinity and basically do anything you want or be anything you want, because then you graduate into Capricorn and then you can do anything you want. And then you graduate into Aquarius, become celestial, and you can know anything you want. And then you become Pisces Ascended Master, boom, ultimate. You become beyond existence or life itself, which is more stressful than anything, but also super amazing, super divine. It's not supposed to be stressful, but we're in an intergalactic war to kind of save Pisces from itself and also negative forces that want to enable it. So, you know, the air squad is on a mission. Important for you because the 8th house of Pisces is Libra. So really keep this in mind. If you think about dark forces that poisoned the well, all right, in ancient time, water was pure. But dark forces have long since poisoned the well. And so that has poisoned Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Any water sign that incarnates has incarnated to purify this poisoned well, which automatically makes them susceptible to psychic attack. Something that you feel now more than ever. And now that you're mastering this sense of purity, you're getting ready to ascend. And this ascension is going to be bad to the ass. We also see that Venus, which you had on Jupiter, all right, you second house club as far as I'm concerned. You have a third house Venus and Jupiter that falls in the second house based on equal and whole signs. And 9 of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo. So no wonder you could afford this deluxe reading, because this, oh my God. Jupiter in the second house alone is stacks. Venus in Virgo is like Kylie Jenner money, because Kylie Jenner has Venus in Virgo. And you have both of those together, that's gangster. So your Venus that was perfect in Virgo and analytical is now artistic in Libra and allows you deeper understanding of how to communicate the classic charming potential of your heart. This connects with Moon in Aquarius, which allows you further to know how to connect with people and to really, you know, dive deeper into the wisdom and knowledge of your soul. And then also Mars has reached perfection here. I mean, it's actually 20 degrees, perfection here, and has gone over your Pluto. So you want to think of this transformation state, if fixed energy, as like you have your Libra charm, and then you can go Scorpio mode. And you can just be like, and you can, and fixed signs charge energy. So you can like charge energy from the depths of your core, and you can reach the super focused, intense mode, Scorpio mode, and you just kill shit because Scorpio mode is the most lethal. And you bring that pure, uncut crack to any situation. And the only downside is that people can become so obsessed with you that it could be hard to detach. And this is why you have your moon in Aqua, because your moon in Aqua lets you detach from this intensity. Ugh. And we know that it's progressed 26 degrees, and we know that it moves a degree every month. And so you have 5 months, okay, before you become progressed Pisces. And I'm 0 degree progressed Pisces. So get ready, my friend, because it's already funky. It's already funky. Once it was going through Aquarius for me, because I was a sun in Cancer, for me, it was transforming my sense of self with gaining knowledge of my psychic power. And so I was learning all sorts of superpowers. You're gaining knowledge of your wisdom. And so the fourth house aspect this makes allows you deep insight into the detachment of this extreme energy you're stimulating and cultivating, so that you can gain a private, hidden sense of knowledge that will supplement the creative change is that the Pisces chapter will usher in for you accordingly. Because we say accordingly here, not accordingly. And that'll be the last time I ever use that joke in my entire life. So, we also see that Mercury, which is on Mars. So Mercury on Mars in Scorpio gives you a little sass. It's like you'll say things, but unless the person is wise, they don't even know you dissed them, which is so awesome. I love that stuff. I mean, I don't like when it happens to me, but I love seeing that stuff. But like it also charges your mind with this sense of aggression and desire that allows you to speak forth sexually too, which is important because you might be unaware of how sexual what you say sounds. It also gives you great sexual humor. But now that your Mercury, which is more condensed and focused and intense to getting to the bottom of things in Scorpio, is progressed into Sagittarius, this is now manifesting the value of your mind by becoming more big picture and allowing you to express creatively the behavior of how you process information based on the wisdom of your mind. And this is where, compared to other Mercury and Sagittarius, like there's a difference between being born Mercury and Sag and being born Mercury and Scorpio and progressing into Mercury and Sag. The difference is you have deeper wisdom in the way you utilize or see into your Mercury and Sag versus the Mercury and Sag that's developing Mercury and Capricorn. Greater power in how they utilize their ability to see with their thoughts. We also want to encompass that modern science has deluded us from the fact that there are magical properties to the most basic of functions that we have. We can bring an alchemic nature to chemistry where every element has a magical property than just its base level understanding. And the processing ability that Mercury grants for one to process information and to make sense of that with our brains in our minds and realities is now granted a supernatural, magical sense of clairvoyance. Not in the sense where you can just see the future, but Mercury and Sagittarius can see magic. The way you process information shows you the meaning of every experience, aided in the hyper complex analyzation ability you have evidenced with Virgo and Scorpio. Thank you, Edna Julieta. Thank you, Julieta. So This is what's going to augment your ability to see with your supernatural complex, or rather advanced ability to analyze your real life experience. Your MC that was in Aries is in Taurus. I don't really pay too much attention to progressed risings and midheavens. They are important. But I care more about how this progressed energy falls into your natal chart. Okay. Your MC that's in Taurus is commanding more wealth. And it's taking, as an MC in Aries, you're here to lead in authenticity. And now it's manifesting value. All right. Which can help you expect windfalls of income moving forward. And then of course your Saturn has gone from 0 degrees to 1 degree, just to let you know how slow the outer planets move and progress. The most incredible thing about your chart to me is the destined for greatness aspect you have. And this is, I love 1991. There's something about 91 that's just beyond incredible, because y'all are the only ones in all of existence that will ever have North Node conjunct Neptune conjunct Uranus. And that's just, that is like the great of the great destiny. You're literally destined to lead the world in supernatural ability. That's literally your destiny. So like I'm North Node, and that's why 1990 and 1991 are neck and neck. If I ever married a woman and she was born 91, I'd be set. Because like 90 has North Node in Aqua and Saturn in Cap, and then 91 has Saturn in Aqua and North Node in Cap. So our destiny with North Node and Aqua is to teach humanity, hey guys, superpowers are real. Look, this is the knowledge of it. Look, and Saturn in Capricorn is literally going to create structures in business to sustain this. And then you guys take it a step further, and it's like, hey, you know how North Node Aqua taught you that superpowers are real? Look at me using my superpowers. Look, yeah, the same ones you said were fake. Look, what do you call it? Am I fake? I'm clearly real. I'm the realist. So I respect y'all on a whole nother level. And then Saturn in Aqua takes what was established and takes it to space and takes it collectively. And now, because you've broken through in superpower, reestablishes sociology and census based on how you take this to the collective. So, you know, all my 91s, we got you. Okay, y'all are lit, y'all are legit. Seeing that you have this as a Cancer rising gives you a destiny path that's responsible for other people and makes you so psychic it's uncomfortable, because Neptune and Uranus is going to literally intuit how full of crap someone's character is, or if they have integrity, and it's going to be like a BS detector. Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn is mean. I'm not gonna lie. Like Neptune in Cancer is a very compassionate intuition. Neptune in Cap is a dick, and Uranus in Cap is an asshole. It's like, don't waste your time with this loser. This person's full of crap. And it was hard for me to trust it, because it's like, that's mean. Because my Gemini wants to be nice, and my Capricorn does not want its time wasted. And so you hear all this like mean sounding stuff about people, only for it to be right. I feel like for you, it won't be too much issue because you have Aqua Moon. So you already have knowledge going into what your intuition is telling you. Well, now that you're progressed into Leo, this is now having you harness this intuitive power based on how it's changing and transforming your lifestyle. We know that Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter has gone over Capricorn over the last 2-3 years, has awakened this ability for you, and has awakened your destiny. So that's really dope, because progressed, they haven't even moved either. Like progressed Neptune is still 14. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? Progressed Pluto is moved a bit. It's 20. And then progressed Uranus is like just 11. Like these don't move. So that's really awesome, because this speaks of you harnessing this power for life. For life. For life. All right. And it's also really dope because soon Mercury is going to progress into Cap. By the time Mercury progresses into Cap, your Scorpio progressing to Sag, you'll be a creator goddess, and your seeing into infinity will allow you to process information in ways that grant telekinesis and other such amazing abilities that you already have now. But it's this progressed moon in Pisces that's going to take the downloaded knowledge in Aquarius and now simulate through imagination and divine experience how and why to actually flesh out your supernatural abilities that you've had since birth and you've been using every day of your life. Especially you, Melissa. Do you see that Scorpio energy? Like, that is the most gangster energy anyone has right now. And listen, you're progressed Leo rising. So the Chiron energy is healing the confidence, Leo, you have in yourself, AC. And you literally need to walk around like you're the shit and everyone else can kiss the ring. All right? And that's what's going to square. Because your Aqua Moon is going to be like, well, I'm going to detach. I'm going to be cool about it. Your Scorpio Sun is going to be private with it. Your Leo Rising has to be like, hello, bitches. I'm here. And then you should literally hire someone that whenever you walk into a room, they just start singing or they like play theme music behind you. You can just pay them per hour. And like their job is to follow you around with theme music, and you have other people follow you around pouring flowers on you. And you also have to hire someone that whenever you enter somewhere, they have to pour out the red carpet and you walk. Okay. And this is so very important because people need to know your royal majesty before they even, that way when they see you walk on the red carpet, they're not going to mess with you as easily because they're going to realize, damn, this is a true queen right here. And this is what you're healing, that sense of self-esteem. I'm taking this at an extreme example, but have fun with this. See how obnoxious you can be with this and really step into your royalty because you have some of the strongest energy in existence right now. And everything moving forward from here is going to turn into a greater adventure of epic proportions, as is evidenced by this progressed Sagittarius sun. Okay. And Jupiter, that's still in Virgo, is now in the progressed second house, allowing you to manifest the value of your analytical attitude and your abundant ability to also express this. We see that your progressed Mercury not only squares your progressed and natal Jupiter, but it's squaring transiting Neptune. And so the Mercury square, all right, remember, your Mercury was sextile Virgo. And so this took the deep quality of your mind, which is wise, and it aided it with analytical data so that if Virgo is precise, Scorpio is specific. This is why Scorpio is the stinger. Scorpio strikes specifically based on the precision of analysis that Virgo is like, okay, let me sting them right in the face. Here, Scorpio. And so now that Mercury is evolving into a big picture, limitless meaning, Jupiter is now squaring this to make sure this sense of analyzation matches with the possibilities of what you can see. So that Virgo's like, hey, I know you see all this, but these are the facts. Remember the facts. But then your mind is playing a tug of war because Jupiter is like, these are the facts. And then on the other side, Neptune is in Pisces like, facts are for fools. Look at this magical clown. And it's like, sometimes you actually have to listen to Neptune because sometimes it's not about the facts. Sometimes it's about how you can explore with your imagination. And so this is what allows you to stretch forward your imagination, but still be factual. So you're not completely delusional like most water signs in this world. So why this is also very, very important is there is a change in the way you process metaphysical dynamics and experiences. And so Neptune in Pisces opposite your Jupiter is fleshing out what's real about these metaphysical experiences based on the cause-effect relationship. What do I mean by that? I mean that you're aware of what you see, you're not aware of what you don't see. So based on what you see, Virgo, and based on what's changed, even though you can't see the metaphysical, you can sense what is real about it based on what's changed, if that makes sense. We can't see an invisible dinosaur. But if we see a real dinosaur footprint, this is the worst example I've ever used in my life, then we know based on the real print that something metaphysical is around us. Wow. And that was the dumbest example I've ever used, but I hope that makes sense. So the Mercury in Sag is once again giving your mind visual ability to see into the fourth house Pisces unseen. And we also know that Uranus is grand earth trining your Virgo in Cap. And so this transiting Uranus aspect is also opposing your Scorpio. Thank you, guys. And this is what is going to not only flesh out physically through your five senses this depth of wisdom, but it's also going to, as a progressed Leo rising, get you paid big stacks. But also as a Cancer rising, align the physical sense of your analyzation ability, third house Virgo, and your direct Capricorn power with the collectives and career with which you can manifest in money, success, prestige worldwide, boats and hoes, and professional success, even though I said success twice. So this is remarkable. Very, very honored and grateful that I got to interpret this for you. I'm not gonna lie, time just literally flew by. And I just want to bring this reading back to where I started, when we express the significance of the Libra progression representing Lucifer's fall into purity, gaining ascension, okay, with Sagittarius. This sense of purity that you have unlocked for yourself is also the gift of transformation that you are effectively ready to bless other people with as well. And as such, should definitely be honored accordingly. And also really goes into a lot of how strong your spirit is, because Taurus is physical strength, Aquarius is intellectual strength. Knowledge does not deem one worthy to be a slave. That I said that wrong. Knowledge, how did I just F up a classical? Knowledge does not allow one to be a slave. I'm paraphrasing that. So Aquarius gives you intellectual strength so that, BS doesn't invade your mind. And then Leo gives you confidence. Leo is spiritual strength. It's the confidence to say everything with your chest. And so when people hit you with hater blocking rays, it's like, roar, roar, roar. And then Scorpio is soul strength. It's this purity that protects against juju and black magic. So Scorpio is psychological defense that allows you to fight psychological wars and to see the intent of which people bring their energy. Oh, I felt good. Let me activate my Leo again. Roar. Thank you so much, because I'm about to just have Leo exercises. I'm going to just do 10 roars in the morning in front of the sun. Roar, roar. And as a progressed Leo rising, I'm going to propose that for you too. Just give the give the sun 10 roars real quick. Just be like, roar. And look at the sun and hear it roar back. Your aqua moon is going to be face palming. Like, I hope no one's watching me. But it's all good. It's all good. It's going to put you in your heart. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be so awesome. So thank you once again. I hope you enjoyed this progress start reading. This is definitely very fun to do. You have evolved from the vibration of cosmic justice to cosmic wisdom, which means you've made a full 29 to 30 year evolution okay, and you're getting ready to conclude your Saturn return and step in to the divine, wise queen you are. And until next time.